Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Yeah, G.I. Joe Skoda, the one and the only in the flesh. Actually, I'm Joseph Stephen Skoda the third, and I can't change that. That's the name my parents gave me growing up. My dad was a junior, his father was a senior, and I named my oldest boy after me, and he's Joseph Stephen Skoda the fourth. Now, even though we all have the same name, and well, at least my father and grandfather and I all grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, and my son, as a military brat, grew up all over the world. We all have unique and distinct personalities. No one's bigger, smarter than anyone else. We all have our experiences, our knowledge, and the things that we're passionate about. And that's great. But sometimes we look at or listen to someone's name or we hear a certain name or phrase out of their mouth and we just assume this is a certain kind of person. Now, I'm a lot like my dad. Don't get me wrong. We do believe in a lot of the same things. Unfortunately, my father and grandfather are no longer with us today. But sure, I mean, I was the only blonde in my family, but that's a whole different story. And we do have a lot of the same demeanor, understandably. But I left the world and I traveled through the military. I traveled through the world. I have different experiences. Went on to college, had a dozen or more different jobs in my lifetime. Where even though he had several jobs, he was fortunate to put 35 years into General Motors. Pretty good. Obviously, worked up the ranks and done different jobs over the years. And as you get older, your passion changes for your job. And unfortunately, that job he had kind of took his life. And the day after he retired was the day he passed away. And thankfully, we retired the same year. And thankfully, I'm still around. And not being smarter and all those other kind of things. But what I'm trying to tell you is, we have the same name. It doesn't mean we're the same person. And trust me, my son, he's going to fight you if you're going to tell him he's like his old man. But sometimes we want to change other people to make them form into what we expect them to be. It might be because of their name, it might not be because of their name. But often we want to change people. And we've all heard it before. We want to change someone, start with the one in the mirror, right? We need to change the one in the mirror. For instance, if we're going to be happy, it's our decision to be happy. It's my decision to wake up with a smile on my face. It's my decision to frown or my decision to always complain. And I try not to complain so much. I try to be more positive. Sure, we all have those days where nothing seems to go right. Maybe a flat tire, maybe we're late for work, maybe we overslept. A million reasons why we can complain and argue. But we still are alive. Sure, some of us have illnesses and sicknesses and we wish we were not alive because, life can be stressful. But deep down inside, we can make the best out of almost any situation. Almost any situation. Obviously, if you lose your home, you lose your job, those are a whole different set of challenges that you have to address. But it doesn't have to be the end of your legacy in your own mind. We need to find a way to be unique. We need to find a way to be ourselves and set ourselves apart from others, especially if they're negative. Now, trust me, I'd love to be more like my father than I am. We have a lot of commonality, but we're still different people. So I'm not saying just shut everyone out of your life and be totally different. Unless you have to. You don't always have to change everything. But a lot of us, it's what's in our mind is what should define us. Not necessarily our looks, but obviously if you're not healthy, get yourself into shape. We don't have to stick around and eat these flaming hot potato chips. It's our decision if we're going to put junk in our bodies, our temple, or not. And everything in moderation is fairly safe. We can say that. I think it's okay to have a drink. It's okay to have a soda from time to time. It's okay to have a greasy burger with bacon dripping down your elbows. All that's okay from time to time in moderation. But if you try to make a difference in your life, change what you're reading or putting into your minds. Many of us, myself included, spend way too much time on social media. Sure, it's great to see our pictures of our friends and their kids growing up, and it's great to see some people on vacation. It's great to chat with friends from all over the world. That's awesome. But we get stuck, at least a lot of my friends, we get stuck for hours on Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat or just watching YouTube videos, like the one you're going to see here. And it's okay in moderation. And definitely don't shut me out. But, I always have something to say, and you have something to say. So say it, share it with the world. But feed your mind with other things too. Feed your mind with leadership. Feed your mind with management. Feed your mind with Feng Shui, something that keeps your mind motivated, inspired. Find something that can, maybe you never want to do woodworking as a child, but maybe you're retiring and now you're like, I think now I want to learn how to make something out of wood. Or I think now I want to learn how to ballroom dance or play the guitar or garden. So we have different phases of our life. And understandably, in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, most of us are working really hard to support our family, or at least ourselves. And a lot of us get into debt right away because we want to have everything now, or we have children and all of a sudden they have to have everything now. And that can be stressful. But there got to be a point in your life where you cut back on that stress and find out the happy place. The happy place in your life that makes you tick. For me, I found Toastmasters. I'm always looking to achieve success. I'm always looking for different ways to learn how to speak, build my confidence, my self-development. And we're only worth what we put in our bodies. It's just like a tomato plant. If you feed it with proper nutrients and fertilizers, you're going to have a more productive tomato. It's going to taste juicier. It's going to be better. The plant's going to be stronger. And often that's worth more money than a tomato plant that's just put in the soil to fend for himself. And that's the same as you and I. We're only as valuable as what's in our minds, what's in our bodies, what do we feed ourselves? And not just food, we feed, we have to feed mentally, have to feed spiritually. We should have our finances under control, and we really need to have our health under control. Sure, a lot of people put a lot of weight on while they're having kids, or maybe they have truck driving jobs and don't seem to exercise as much. And I understand. Trust me, my own weight has fluctuated up and down over the years, and I need to get better control of that. So there are times where I'm right on there, and there are other times where I'm looking for the chips too. I get it. But they say if you exercise enough, you can almost eat anything you want to. And as you get older, you'll find out you might not want to exercise as much, so don't eat as much either. Times change as we get older. But if we cannot change people around us, all we can really do is focus inward. We can only change us. You might want to get a pet, a dog, a cat, a fish, something that puts a smile on your face. A dog will lick your face and put a smile on your face also. Make sure they don't slobber too much. And even your animals, don't feed them all that junk food either. Keep them healthy. Keep yourself healthy. And we have more to give to the rest of the world around us. You see, when we have a happy persona, when we feel good about ourselves, whether it's through education or eating healthy or reading the right things, when we're happy with our own selves, we tend to attract other happy people. Sure, negative people might want to be around us too because they want to bring us down and tell us, woe is me and the world's falling apart and blah, 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 blah. And right, the world is falling apart a little bit and we are all going to die one day. But do you want to die or spend the rest of your years miserable, upset, disappointed? Come on, guys. Get over it. Find what makes you happy. As long as it's legal, you still have to follow the law and the rules out there. But find what makes you happy. Feed that brain, that little noggin up here in your head. Make yourself look pretty and beautiful if you want to, if you have to, whatever that is for you. Dress nicely. You don't have to wear a suit every day or a dress every day, but have several available and make the time to put on that dress. Make a time not only to wear slacks and a jacket, but make time to put that tie on. Make the time. Find the time. It's worth it. It will make you happier inside. Will give you a different perspective of the real you. That maybe you don't know the real you because everyone else around you is telling you who you are or what are you doing or what your name stands for. It's okay to be a little unique. It's okay to do things differently. Whatever tools you have or whatever skills and talents you continue to thrive and grow. But make sure you work on yourself. Look at that man. Look at that woman in the mirror and you can do your best to make that person a better person. It's worth it, everyone. It's worth it. And watch the different shows on social media shows network because we have a great group of people who will teach, instruct, entertain, share some real important things for all of us to learn. If nothing else, get a good laugh at it, take what you can from it, share. I appreciate each and every one of you. This has been Joseph Skoda, and take time to have a vacation. Bye now.